from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is Network News for Friday, July 1st, 2022. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell promises free education for school students from September. GUT President celebrates the payment of docked salaries for teachers. Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell to take the oath of office on Monday. Regionally, Guyana sourcing antiviral drug Paxlovid to deal with COVID-19 cases. Internationally, Delta pilots hit picket lines ahead of busy 4th of July travel weekend. And coming up in sports, Grenada Football Association investing $250,000 in the Summer of Soccer program. We'll have the details after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN News at 7. The National Democratic Congress-led government is living up to another major promise made to the Grenadian people, and in particular, the nation's youth. Free education is well on its way, as we hear in this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, in keeping with his party's promises on the campaign trail, says free education starts at the beginning of the new school year in September. This was disclosed in his reasoning for answers to Grenada's oil and gas discovery and the benefits that can be derived from such a venture. He said that with CPEA results recently announced, he has been approached by a parent seeking assistance with the payment of secondary school fees.
A young lady called me today to say it's $310 for the school fees for St. David's Secondary School. Her child passed CPA. Can I help her? Right? And I said to her, she said registration is Friday. I said to her, just hold a sec. Once the cabinet is appointed, we did indicate that we would be taking steps to ensure that these fees do not prevent our students from entering secondary school or entering primary school, as the case may be. So obviously I expect the Minister of Education and the Ministry of Finance will do what is required to ensure that students are registered and not prevented from registration because of $300.
He says that government will have to come up with whatever mechanism or subvention needed by the schools to ensure children are not hindered from their education.
Imagine this. Your child has just passed CPA. The child is probably ecstatic to be going on with her life, and you have a mom or dad who can't afford and doesn't have the registration fee. What happens? You can't enter school as a result of that? In 2022, that shouldn't be happening. So again, that is what we need the oil and gas money for, to be able to address. So
this is the second major announcement made by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell since taking the prime ministerial position. Thursday evening, he announced the repayment of docked salary from protesting teachers in 2018. Analyst William Joseph, while commending government's initiative, suggests that more information be given to the general public on what exactly free free education comprises.
Of course, regarding what it means, what the concept free education means, whether it is free tuition only or whether it is free everything, free books and free this and free that. We need whatever the government decides that it means, the minister is going to have to make that happen.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, says that his union and its members are overjoyed with the announcement made by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell on Thursday evening. He said the step made by the new Prime Minister eases the weight that was on the shoulders of the nation's teachers. More in this Rena Perry-Thomas report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, at the swearing-in of his cabinet of ministers on Thursday evening, announced that teachers whose money was deducted in November of 2018 by the previous administration will be reimbursed by the end of July. The decision to dock the salaries of teachers and the public servants was taken by the then government in response to protest action prompted by the unions over their 2% gratuity payment offer. A letter from government was issued on November 13, 2018, to all permanent secretaries and head of departments, informing them of the deduction order. President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, says his members and executive team are ecstatic with the PM's announcement.
And I think it's a new beginning for Grenada. What the Honorable Mitchell has done, Deacon Mitchell, is basically put some ease and ease the tension of our nation and our teachers and the Grenadian people. And one can see that was the best move. I mean, that was wisdom from on high in what the Honorable Prime Minister would have done in announcing basically yesterday that he will pay the dock salary. And I think that teachers are overjoyed, I know parents and the nation, because that had some tension in Grenada, and you may say stifling growth and development.
The union leader says with the repayment of the docked salaries, they will be issuing an official letter to its members to discontinue the work to rule mandate.
And here we have a new leader. Basically, he was not the one who docked our salary. He could have said that he's not paying it back. But I think it's God's wisdom and a new start and a new beginning. So we are overjoyed, we are elated, and one would say it lays the foundation for the Grenada Union of Teachers and our members to officially, not yet in writing and such, and at the appropriate time, but we'll basically declare that the work to rule officially comes to an end. So it's a good beginning.
Bartholomew also noted that they will look forward to when the newly elected government will start the process with the unions in charting the way forward for pension payment.
Well, we are very confident. One can see the trajectory and what is happening there. As I said, it's a breath of fresh air, and we take the Honorable Deacon Mitchell at his word. And one can see the seriousness and the sincerity in what he is saying, the honesty. And we got a feeling that he would honor that since before the election. And so we look forward. I could say to the teachers and to the public service that we look forward in great anticipation in what this new administration and the government of Grenada and the Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell in paying public officers and teachers their pension. And not only the pension, we are very, very confident that is a new day also for regularization and upgrades and all those things that we've been crying out for our teachers and public officers. And not only for us as basically in the public service, but you're talking about workers throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
For GBN News, I am Rena Perry-Thomas reporting.
The issue of Grenada's oil and gas remains one that evokes interest, and now it's one that Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell intends to probe. Terry and Blackman Stephen has that report.
Grenada can be a massive supplier of oil and gas.
It was this announcement that excited Grenadians in 2018, the night before general elections. The words of former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell as he sought another term in office, a term that has now ended in his party's defeat 9-6. As the years progressed, many questions were asked, some instances no answers, until an article appeared in the Trinidad Guardian days later, disclosing a $3.4 billion exploration agreement between the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago and GPG. This was the response given by Senior Energy Officer John Auguste.
It's a standard in the industry that even after I have been working with one of these companies in the industry, I have a gag on my mouth for at least 7 years. I can't even speak of it because I'll be prosecuted.
This was the last time Dr. Mitchell answered to matters of Grenada's oil and gas.
I cannot tell you that if I was an investor in fossil fuel at this time, that would be the best place to put my money at this fact. When the whole world saying we have to move away from that.
In his first media sit-down with local journalist Calistro Farrier, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says he owes it to himself as a citizen, the Grenadian leader, and to the Grenadian people, an explanation about what transpired with the country's natural resources discovered.
I want to find out what happened to the oil and gas. I think every citizen of Grenada deserves an answer. I honestly don't know, right? Certainly from all indications, including newspaper and media accounts in Trinidad, there was some deal signed between the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago and GPG. And I would have assumed at a minimum, the state of Grenada and the citizens of Grenada would have to have benefited from this deal. I've never heard anything of it. I mean, oil and gas located just down the road from Point Saline can't just disappear.
Prime Minister Mitchell said his government's intent is to assure the public that the revenue and resources of the state are used to the benefit of the state. In addition, he said that in cases where the revenue and resources of the state are not properly in the hands of the state, these are to be recovered.
So I'm saying, to me, as a Prime Minister of the country, I think I'd be abdicating my responsibility to the citizens without finding out and without saying I made all efforts to find out what happened to this oil and gas, where did it disappear to, is it genuinely a case where there's no commercial value to it, etc., and at least come clean, say this is what we did, this is what we found out. So for me, that is what it is about, because I think if there's oil and gas and if it's available in commercial quantities, then I'm absolutely certain every Grenadian would want their share of it, would want to see the revenues be used to help transform Grenada, to help give us better education.
Cherry and Blackburn, Stephen, GBN News.
The newly elected NDC administration will start the process of addressing the pension matter within the next 100 days in office. That's according to Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who revealed this in an interview with GBN on Thursday. Rita Perry-Thomas has more in this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says within the next 100 days in government, Grenadians should see movement towards addressing the issue of pension payment. In speaking to GBN in an exclusive interview Thursday evening, the Prime Minister disclosed his aim to address the outstanding industrial matters that created tension with workers and employers both in the public and private sectors under the leadership of former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell.
It's sort of the pension. Our intention, frankly, is to have action on that within the first 100 days. So that's one of the next big steps. We really want to address the worker issues in Grenada because we think if we do that, we'll have industrial peace, we'll have goodwill, and then the productivity that we need to move the country forward will come on forward. So for the next 100 days, that's really what the focus is going to be on, cost of living. We made certain promises during our campaign. We intend to fulfill that, and addressing the situation with our workers in Grenada. We want industrial peace. We want a climate where workers feel respected so that they can do their job, and that's part of what we want to address.
Prime Minister Mitchell also indicated that changes would be made to promote productivity among employees and to enhance the services of government. He reminds the public of his promises during his campaign that no one will be victimized based on political affiliation.
I really have no interest in where people's political allegiance lies. The elections are over. And if you work for the government and you work hard, it means I'm going to look good. So I just want you to work hard. If you're competent at your job and you do your job, then I'm fine. If you're not, then there's no point in pretending. It means you either need to be trained or it means you're probably not in an area that you are good at and you may have to be transferred and so on. That's part of growth. That's part of development. If you're not doing a good job in a particular area and you're better suited for it elsewhere, then someone should recognize that that's part of management and be able to tell you. No point in pretending and leaving you there or simply saying that if I transfer you, people think it's politics. So I'm not really worried about that, and I've said before the public has nothing to fear. Certainly public workers from our point of view have nothing to fear. I would not have agreed to pay back the teacher's salary that was docked if I felt it was the right thing to do. We could have simply said it's not our business, we didn't do it, we're moving on. To the contrary, and that's because we really genuinely want to address those issues regardless of who caused it and be able to move forward.
For GBN News, I am Rina Thomas reporting.
This is News at 7. Coming up, Opposition Leader Dr. Keith Mitchell to take the oath of office on Monday. Stay with us.
My name is Veronica Julian Adams. I'm from Leicester, Carriacou. I've been a proud member of Ariza Credit Union for the past 20 years. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because of what they were offering at the time for low-income people like myself. My experience with Ariza leaves me feeling as a millionaire. My pocket is never empty. Ariza even helped me to secure a loan, which I assisted my son in building a boat, so now I'm part owner of a fishing boat because of Ariza. And I'm looking to do a lot more with Ariza because they make everything so easy and affordable. Thank you, Ariza, for enhancing lives for the past 75 years. I am one of those lives, and I'm proud to say you're the best. Thank you, Ariza.
Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited. Now introducing Portland King Cement, Grenada's toughest and most high-quality cement, engineered with you in mind. Whether it's residential or industrial construction, Portland King Cement has been tested to achieve profound results that you can trust. The choice is clear. Choose Portland King, tougher than the rest. Visit Kenny's Trucking and Equipment Services Limited on Dusty Highway. Call telephone number 439-6605 or 440-6605. Or visit our two other locations, Westerhall in St. David and Dunfermline in St. Andrew.
On Sunday, 3rd July, Megafirst Promotions presents another Mega Bingo! From 5 p.m. at the National Stadium, you can win a whopping $100,000 in cash.
This is the money shot.
$100,000 in cash to be won. We play 16 games at $5,000 each and 2 games at $10,000 each. Tickets cost only $50. DJ Chemist and Heavy D will have the place rocking. Sponsors Carib, Glenegg, Goodfed.com, and Waggity Rentals and Sound Company. Sunday, 3rd July, 5 p.m. Big Bucks Mega Bingo.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The exciting, dramatic, humorous, and mind-captivating Lions All Mass is back in 2022. The Lions Club of St. George's and Spice Mass Corporation brings you an evening of comedy, fun, laughter, and pick-on at the Grenada Youth Center on Sunday, July 17th from 3 p.m. Tickets are available from any member of the St. George's Lions Club, Spice Mass Office, Grenadian Optical, Clear Vision, and Gittins Pharmacy. Grand Dance. Admission adults, $25. Children 12 and under, pay $12. Come relieve your stress through laughter and be prepared to be entertained by local calypso and soca artists. This is an evening you don't want to miss. The Lions and Spice Mass Corporation All Mass, Sunday, July 17th, Grenada Youth Center, 3 p.m. See you there.
They are the few, the strong, the elite. Grenada, get ready as our sporting gladiators go for gold and glory at the World Championships. Follow every throw, stride, and jump from July 15th to the 24th. Capture the action daily on GBN television. It's the World Championships. The dream continues.
James is going to win it.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Carnival costume? Check. Monday wear? Check. Unlimited premium drinks? Check. Meals, security, cool-down bus, mobile restrooms, plus Vaughn and other international performances? Check, 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 and check. The Carnival Mass Band Nirvana is ready for the road for Spice Mass. Backline, midline, and frontline costumes for men and women. Nirvana is the perfect state of happiness on the road for Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Register now at nirvanaempire.com. Call or WhatsApp us on 407-INFO. That's 407-4636. Instagram at Nirvana Empire. View our costumes at the Nirvana Showroom, La Marquis Complex, Grand Anse. Play Mass with Nirvana.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell will take the oath of office on Monday during a ceremony at the Grenada Trade Center. This ceremony will be carried live from 10 a.m. on Monday on all GBN platforms. According to a notice issued by the Government Information Service on Friday, the opposition leader will hold a press conference immediately after the swearing-in ceremony. Prime Minister and Minister for Information Deacon Mitchell says that at the top of his list as Minister for Information is to pass the Freedom of Information Act so that obtaining information from the present and future governments will not be a tedious task. More in this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says the media's difficulty in obtaining public information from government is one of the key issues he intends to address as the new Minister for Information. Mitchell explains that he believes in transparency and as such, he will be passing the Freedom of Information Act in Parliament to ensure that journalists in particular can perform their duties efficiently going forward.
One of the things that I think has to happen is that we have to strengthen the institutional framework that allows journalists to do their jobs, particularly as it relates to getting information from the government and the state. So we intend to pass the Freedom of Information Act that makes it easier for journalists and citizens to demand information from the government as to how they're conducting their business and affairs. And I think that will allow for journalists to be able to, when they ask the questions and the information is not being provided, to have a mechanism to demand that the information be provided.
This is one announcement that the president of the Grenada Media Workers Association, Gerard Joseph, says they will keep their eye on while hoping this legislation materialized.
We at the Media Workers Association of Grenada welcome such an initiative to put into act the Freedom of Information legislation, which will basically help us journalists, reporters, press writers to better able to do our jobs and produce more balanced reporting, the investigative journalism that people have been demanding that would be covered once such an act is put in place. And I hope that it is not lip service and that it will be done in a timely manner.
Prime Minister Mitchell also spoke of his plans for the Government Information Service as upgrades and changes will be made to ensure that the department is more efficient.
Information Service, certainly from the very brief encounter that I've had, there is a need for a lot of training, a lot of upgrading and modernizing of the equipment, and to be more than just a mouthpiece for what the politicians say, but to really represent in a sense the government, because remember, the government consists of statutory bodies, all kinds of organizations, and we want to be able to use that to showcase what's going on in Grenada, not just from a political point of view, but from a sporting, cultural point of view as well, and to help create content and to help encourage persons who want to be journalists and who want to engage in that area to see it as a place that they can come to and have a career in as well.
The PM says he will ensure his government is transparent so that the public will continue to trust and have confidence in his team. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. In a GBN report on Thursday, we heard Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's thoughts on the removal of Queen Elizabeth II as the head of state in Grenada, as well as challenges he sees confronting small island developing states.
To be frank, Grenada has had two constitutional referendums in recent times, both of which failed spectacularly. And so I'm not so sure that immediately pursuing such a third constitutional reform at this immediate time makes sense. I can say to you that certainly philosophically, I see no reason for having a ceremonial head of state and an elected head of state. It's really an expensive and, in my view, pointless and cumbersome governance structure for a small island. I'm more interested in constitutional reform, in my view, that makes the government more efficient, less costly, and more responsive to our citizens.
GBN social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts on the latest developments. The following views are of members of the public and not necessarily of the GBN. Avril said, "This morning, I would like to thank God for raising you up, Mr. Prime Minister, and believing in us. Thank you for that wonderful speech." Exquisite said, "Queen or not, we have to get up and get. I rather stay so. I need no visa to travel. What's the benefit of leaving anyway? To say we are truly independent?" Joseph added, "Mr. Prime Minister, I am disappointed with your statement. I thought that you would be leading in regards of constitutional reform." Susan said, "Our Prime Minister will do so in due time. Right now, we have a lot of urgent matters to take care of. This place is in a great mess, and we gradually need to pull ourselves out of it." Samantha said, "Now small islands have economic development struggles. I'm listening to this tune and where it is going." Ricardo added, "Until we are independent, then we are dependent. But in this case, we are what it is until we make it what we want." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms. Meet the new cabinet of ministers and hear their ministerial portfolios when we return. This is News at 7.
Please be advised that our office has been relocated to Steele's Commercial Complex, Grandance St. George. We at CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, look forward to serving you at our new location. Call us on telephone number 440-0217 or visit our website www.insurecgi.com.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, Because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. Ministers of government on Thursday took their oath of office and accepted their instruments of appointment. Here's a chance to familiarize yourself with the ministers and their portfolios.
I, Deacon Amos Thomas Mitchell, do swear that I will faithfully execute my appointment as Minister for Finance, National Security, Home Affairs, Public Administration, Information and Disaster Management.
I, Joseph Andel, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development.
Tevin Andrews, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs and Local Government.
I, Dennis Cornwall, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Infrastructure, Physical Development, Public Utilities, Civil Aviation and Transportation.
I, Ron Livingston Redhead, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister of State with responsibility for youth and sports within the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports.
I, Karine Zinel James, do swear that I would faithfully execute the office of Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy.
I, Philip Alfred Telesford, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
I, Andy Williams, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation.
John Andrews, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Tourism and ICT.
I, David Evelyn Andrew, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Minister for Education, Youth and Sports.
I, Adrian Augustine Thomas, do swear that I will faithfully execute my appointment as Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, fisheries and cooperatives.
I, Gayton Jonathan Lacrette, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office for Minister of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs.
It's now time to take a peek through the GBN ISOR lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's Eye Saw features a little girl and her best friend. The girl is photographed hugging the dog by the neck while eating her kid's meal. Our citizen journalist added that developing positive feelings about pets could contribute to a child's self-esteem and self-confidence. Positive relationships with pets can aid in the development of trusting relationships with others. A good relationship with a pet can also help in developing non-verbal communication, compassion, and empathy. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp. Stay with us for your sports news.
Spice Mass is back! And Grenada Distillers Limited wants you to win big with its bottleneck promotion. With every purchase of pure white or special dark, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. Win tickets to Soca Mona. Win free costumes. Win bottles of Clark Scott rum, Grenada's #1. Win cold hard cash and more. Simply write your name, address, and contact details at the back of this bottleneck and insert in the boxes at participating outlets and the Clark Scott sales van. Win big for Spice Mass with Clark Scott, Grenada's #1 rum.
Fuel your dreams with a communal vehicle loan. It's a huge deal with super awesome rates and discounts. Get the vehicle that's just for you. Enjoy your journey. Make memories. Explore more. We're fueling dreams to your destination. It's a huge deal and it's just for you. Your destination, and we'll take you there. Call or message us on WhatsApp 405-6670 or 405-2248. Let's get you where you have to be with Communal and Friends. This special promotion is in collaboration with The Beacon Insurance, Netherlands Insurance, Greens Automotive, RF Motors, and Specialized Automotive. We're fueling dreams to your destination. Apply today. Lending terms and conditions apply.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
I'm a cool kid, you're a cool kid, we are cool kids, are you a cool kid?
Try all the Fruit of Cool Kids flavors. It's a whole box of fun.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Grenada Football Association, according to its new president, Marlon Glean, is hoping to make the Summer of Soccer an annual event with an initial investment of $250,000 AC dollars. Glean notes that the growth of the partnership between the government and the GFA through this program is just the start of football development in Grenada.
But also, the GFA is planning to launch in the fall, in September, a national grassroots program. A national grassroots program that we hope that can cater for twice the amount of kids that are going to show up in the summer program. So we're looking at probably around 5,000 kids. The idea is to do about 36, 40 centers across Grenada. So we're not only going to do the major centers in Grenada come September, we're going to do every populated area in Grenada.
From the Summer of Soccer with its 11 venues to 40 centers around the country is the next goal of the FA for football development via the National Grassroots Program.
And the idea is to do it throughout the year for the next 3 years in the first instance, and then renew it for 3-year periods thereafter. we must go back to grassroots football, because grassroots football is where the love for the game begins. If we do not have grassroots football, you have kids who, 1 or 2 or 3, who may just fall in love with the game because their dad probably played, because they probably saw it on TV. And we may find 2 or 3 or 4 kids who may fall in love with the kid. But with a proper grassroots program, you force kids to come out, and when they come out and have fun, when they come out and see their neighbors, their schoolmates in the same center, enjoying themselves, you're literally forcing them to be part of this program. And I'm not saying force in terms of from a negative standpoint, but you're putting them in a situation where they will have to have fun.
Meanwhile, Program Director for the Summer of Soccer, Lester Smith, has some major aspirations, which he hopes can be further derived from the summer program.
Having worked with the president, it is our hope that at the end of the program, each child, each player should receive a football to carry back home. And it is my firm belief also with this new dispensation that every household in Grenada should be afforded a football and should have access to a football so that kids can play. So that's the hope, that every kid at the end of the program will be given a football to play.
He notes that all children are welcome for a summer of fun and football.
The main objective of the program is to play and have fun, enjoyment, and that's why we target kids from as low as 6 years to 16 years. Now you may ask me, if a 4-year-old comes to the program, what happens? Of course we will not turn a 4-year-old or 5-year-old away. We will embrace and go from there. So we're targeting kids between the age of 6 and 16, boys and girls, but the whole program is really about giving players an opportunity to play and have fun. And at the end of the program, the coaches in the centers will be able to identify 1 or 2 talents.
Moving on to cricket, Grenada's Teddy Bishop is among 15 of the Caribbean's best rising stars selected by Cricket West Indies for the CWI Emerging Players Academy. The group will start work at the Coolidge Cricket Ground in Antigua from the 1st of July for high-performance training and development sessions. Bishop is among the 2 notable selectees, including Kevin Wickham, both who made centuries for the West Indies Rising Stars under-19s during the ICC under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup played in the West Indies earlier this year. The plan for a CWI Emerging Players Academy was first announced in March. It will function as a nexus between regional junior and senior teams while supporting the development of talented players between the ages of 19 and 25. And that's your sports news. Stay with us for a look around the region. This is your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I am your presenter, Beverly Telesford. As COVID-19 cases continue to increase in Guyana, with many still not fully vaccinated, the health sector is working to procure the COVID-19 antiviral drug, Paxlovid. More in this HGP TV report.
The minister stated that while the COVID-19 hospitals have been administering antivirals to its patients, the government has been working along with the Pan-American Health Organization and the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund to source a supply of Paxlovid.
We have been working with PAHO and UNICEF to be able to source Paxlovid, and we are hopeful that we will be able to get a supply of Paxlovid.
Though the pill, which was granted an emergency use authorization by the Food and Drug Administration last December, has already been through rigorous clinical testing and trials and has been proven as effective in treating COVID-19 patients, there have been reports of persons experiencing a rebound of the virus after completing the course of the Paxlovid. However, the minister noted that there are new studies to be done to show whether the treatment needs to be extended to a longer duration. But in cases of patients experiencing a rebound, they will be treated separately.
The few patients that would normally have a rebound, those we'll have to treat separately.
In Jamaica, the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has launched a probe into a case of alleged assault of murder-accused Roshane Barnett. Barnett has been charged with 5 counts of murder. The accused man allegedly murdered 31-year-old Kamisha Wright and her 4 children in Cocoa Peace, Clarendon last Tuesday. Details in this TVJ report.
The investigation into the alleged assault of Roshane Barnett by the police was launched by INDECOM following complaints he made to the judge when he appeared in the Home Circuit Court on Tuesday. INDECOM Commissioner Hugh Faulkner spoke with TVJ News.
So Wednesday morning, I directed that our investigators visit the lockup where Mr. Barnett was housed and to have dialogue with him. On visiting the facility, we ensured that he had access to medical intervention, and this was requested through a custody inspector. And INDECOM was assured that steps would be taken to facilitate the doctor's visit as soon as possible.
Mr. Faulkner did not provide much details. However, he says investigators will be obtaining a recorded statement from Mr. Barnett in the coming days. Steps are also being taken to obtain the official's transcript of the court proceedings to verify the complaints made.
Further afield, Delta pilots hit picket lines ahead of busy 4th of July travel weekend. Passengers were greeted by hundreds of Delta pilots walking the picket line at airports across the country on Thursday. More in the CBS 46 report.
One of the busiest. It is no coincidence that those Delta pilots chose today to make their voices heard. If you think it's busy today, it's only going to get busier as we head into the 4th of July weekend. Those pilots telling me that they are tired and they're overworked. Passengers say they're frustrated.
My husband, he has to be on the rigid schedule, you know.
Plagued by hundreds of flight delays and cancellations, travelers are bracing for this weekend's 4th of July holiday rush.
Well, my fear now is when we get ready to go back home, because he has to be back by the 4th of July.
And just days before that rush, passengers are being greeted by hundreds of Delta pilots walking the picket line at airports across the country, including Hartsfield-Jackson, Delta's home base.
The Delta pilots have been frontline leaders throughout the pandemic and in the recovery.
The pilots are demanding change after months of dealing with a staffing shortage.
It's time for them to work with us and give a good industry-leading contract that the pilots have earned.
Delta pilots last negotiated a contract back in 2016. They say they haven't gotten a raise in nearly 3.5 years. So in a new contract, they want better compensation, better retirement benefits, and flight schedules, they say, that don't leave pilots fatigued.
That was your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford. And now to recap the headlines, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell promises free education for school students from September. GOT President celebrates the payment of docked salaries from teachers, and Opposition Leader Dr. Keith Mitchell to take the oath of office on Monday. In the region, Guyana sourcing antiviral drug to deal with COVID-19 cases. Internationally, Delta pilots hit picket lines ahead of a busy 4th of July travel weekend. And in sports, Grenada Football Association investing $250,000 in the Summer of Soccer program. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.